The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan will play Oregon this Saturday at 3:30. I believe it's on CBS. And this is one of those games, you know. And if you were watching my car live earlier, I was kind of saying this is a prove it game. You know, Sharon, Kirk Campbell, Wink, show us you belong here. Show us you belong here. I want to hear about, oh, we don't got the team. I don't want to hear no excuses. I want to see a well-coached team. You can lose and still look well-coached. You know, I want to see a well-coached team. You have nothing to lose. So let me see a team that plays like they have nothing to lose. Ain't no saving plays no more. No more saving plays. Empty it all. Empty the clip. When we play Oregon, Indiana, and Ohio State, empty the clip. Don't hold on to nothing. What are you holding on to anything for? Put it all out there. Let's get it. You know? So Oregon is the number one team right now. They come in with Dylan Gabriel, and he transferred from Oklahoma, of course, and he's looking real good, you know. On the season, what is he? 76%. He's got averaging like 296, almost 300 yards a game. He's got 18 TDs, 5 picks. He's only been sacked 10 times. They've played 8 games. That's what, 1.5 sacks a game or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The running back, Johnson, he's a stud. Tez Johnson, he's a stud also. He's averaging about 79 yards a game. And Stewart, he's got like 400 yards this year, 55 yards a game. And then I didn't say the running back, I meant receiver. You know what I'm saying? Tez Johnson and Stewart, they got it all on offense. You know what I'm saying? The receivers and the running back is James. He's got 800 yards, 5.9 yards a carry, 8 TDs, averages about 100 yards a game. They got it all. You know, the thing about Oregon's offense is they want to make you defend all of the field. They're going to run it. They're going to go sideways, throw the swing passes, the screens, the wide receiver screens. They're going to throw all that sideways stuff, and then they'll hit you over the top if it's there. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus Dylan Gabriel is also mobile. So, Wink, I'm looking at you. This is a game we need that NFL pedigree. I'm smarter than everybody. Show it. This is a game we need you to show it. If you don't show up and show out on defense and have these guys well coached, disciplined, fundamentally sound, and tackling well, Michigan won't have a chance in this game. We already know Michigan's offense isn't that good. But we knew that coming into the year that we weren't going to be that good. The hope was the defense was going to be great. And you're going to have to show up and be great this Saturday for us to have a chance. You know? So the thing with that is on defense, if I'm Wink, sometimes I might play tight coverage with 2 over the top. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be throwing a lot of these screens and things like that, going sideways a lot. I want my front 4 to eat this game. I don't want to blitz. Because you always blitz and then somebody throws a screen or something and we get burnt. So I want my front 4 to show up and be one of the best in the nation like we expected and like they show a lot of the times. I want to lean on them so I can help my secondary. See, you're trying to blitz and stuff, and it's not helping the secondary because everybody expects you to blitz. So they're prepared for it. So when you do these things, you mess it up for the front 4 and the secondary. You know what I'm saying? So Josiah Stewart, Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, Derek Moore, TJ Guy, I'm not sure if Rashawn Benny is healthy enough to play, but those guys on that front line, I need them to ball out and not wink and wink. I need for you to not blitz. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if you see some double moves, similar to like they did Denzel Burke. Jair Hill, I'm looking at you. Amir Hall, I'm looking at you. Don't bite on that first move. That double move is going to come because all of the corners, we've seen them susceptible to double moves. We saw Texas do it early against Amir Hall. You know, Will Johnson, we've seen him. I'm not sure if Will Johnson is going to play. Hopefully he does. We need him. But even him with the double moves, you can't bite on that first move. You know what I'm saying? Unless you know for sure. You know, you can't bite on it. But to me, the game plan against Oregon it has to be the similar to when we played Ohio State when they had all the receivers and CJ Stroud, you know. You can give up a big play, just don't let it be a big touchdown play. You want to, if they move the ball, you want them to slowly matriculate the ball down the field. Because it gets harder to continuously execute play after play. So you want them to have to meticulously move the ball down the field slowly. You know, if they get grooving, they're going to try to go to the no huddle also. You know, but you want them to have to slowly move the ball down the field because it eats up clock. You know, and then when they get to the red zone, force them to kick a field goal. Don't blitz in the red zone, Wink. Please, I'm begging you. Don't do these 0 blitzes in the red zone, please. And then if you don't, we could probably hold them to 3. That's what we have to do. Hold them to 3. And Dan Lanning, similar to Ryan Day, he'll get antsy and go for it on 4th, and then he gets nothing. Let me see it. You know, I looked at Oregon's schedule, you know, and, you know, I look for a team when it's a high-powered offense, I look for somebody that slowed them down. Nobody slowed them down but the first game of the season. They beat Idaho 24-14. Yeah, it was the first game, and I know they're different than they were, but I still have proof. I still have proof that it can be done. So you do it, Wink. You think Idaho defensive coordinator better than you? Huh? Show me. You supposed to be that dude with your pedigree. Show me. Let me see you put a masterpiece together and slow these dudes down. You got to hold them somewhere into the 20s. That's just what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get. Just what you have to do. You got to hold them somewhere into the 20s or lower to give the offense a chance, to give Michigan a chance. Because if they get up to 30, it's ball game. We ain't scoring 30. It's going to have to be a hell of a performance on offense for us to go score 30. And I don't think any of us think we can do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to do, Wink. You got to put a masterpiece. The tackling has to be on point this game. They throw all those swing passes and those screens. Teams do that expecting that they're going to make the first guy miss or that you're not tackling well. When you tackle well, it makes them get behind the chains because they're expecting to get at least 5 on those screens. They're really expecting to get 8 and hoping to break another tackle and get 20 or 30 off of those screens. That's what they're expecting. You know, last year when we played like Washington, they struggled because we were such a well tackling team. And I mean, Mentor's scheme was just great. But the tackling was on point. They would throw those swing passes, those screens, and they would get tackled as soon as they caught it. No, you're not getting any extra yards. No, we're not missing a tackle. Where you catch it is where you go down. That's how you have to play a team like this. And so the job isn't easy. What I'm saying, none of this is going to be easy or is easy. But that's what we play the game for. That's what you play the game for. These types of matchups. So the team shouldn't have any problem getting up. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, the proof is in the pudding. Oregon and Dan Lanning, they're not doing anything that you haven't seen before, but you got to have the guys prepared for what they're going to do. When we played Texas, it looked like you didn't watch any film of Texas. They looked shocked at everything they saw. And that's on you, Wink. That's on you and the assistant coaches, because y'all look lost. And you can't, if you have that type of showing, Oregon going to do the same thing Texas did to us. Now, I know guys are more comfortable in the scheme now than they were when we played Texas, but if you let Dan Lanning out coach you, Wink, it's going to look the same. It's going to look the same. So you can't get out coached. If you do, we don't got a chance. You know, some might say we won't have a chance anyway, but if you play defense, you always got a chance. That's why I like to talk about it. If you play defense and fundamentally sound, well coached, fundamentally sound tackling defense, good and great tackling defense, you always have a chance against anyone. And I believe that against anybody. So that's what it is, you know, on defense at least. You know, offense, you want to grind that clock out. You want to grind that clock out with Orgy, with Mullins, with Donovan Edwards. You want to grind that clock out, but you want to also have all that eye candy I always talk about. The eye candy, the motion, the trick plays. You need all of these things. You need them all to have a chance against this team. You know, I'd like to see some other trick plays. Don't get vanilla. You have to. Kirk Campbell, just like I was on Wink head, I'm on your head now too. It's on you. You have to figure out a way to move the ball and grind that clock out. We don't want to play a Pac-12 style game. We want to make them play a Big Ten style game. That's the game we want them to play. Big Ten, low scoring, win it in the fourth. That's the type of game we want them to have to play. Not Pac-12. No, that's what happened to Ohio State. No, we don't want to play that game. Muck it up and turn this into a low-scoring Big Ten game that nobody likes to watch except Big Ten fans. That's what we have to make it into. So you want to grind that clock out, bleed that clock out, but run Mullins, run Orgy. Warren is going to be starting, of course. So you want to, when there's a big play to have, or you can get a chunk play off of play action, you have to incorporate play action into this, because everybody knows we're going to want to try to grind them out and bleed that clock to make it to a low possession game where neither team has too many possessions. That's what we're going to do. And they're going to be trying to go no huddle to try to make more possessions for themselves. So that's the thing. So don't get vanilla, bro. Don't get vanilla with the play calls. Please, I'm begging you, Kirk Campbell. Don't get vanilla. There's no reason to. You don't have anything to lose. Let's wreck their season. Let's wreck their little undefeated. We're running the Big Ten. Let's wreck that. So need to see the eye candy, the motion. Need to see different variations of the run game, extensions of the run game. Can we see a running back screen? Can we see a running back screen? You don't want to pass it too much because Oregon's defense is pretty good. Oregon's got a pretty good defense. They're a complete team. So we don't want to pass too much. Our pass blocking isn't that good, but when you do pass, you have to make it count. Davis Warren was pretty sharp last game. Hopefully he continues on that, but you have to scheme guys open. When you call those pass plays, it needs to be schemed great, where there's a guy open and we can say, "Oh, that's Kirk Campbell cooking. Let me see you cook." You were slick cooking against Michigan State. Once in the second half, continue on that. You know what I'm saying? Continue on that. I want to see, like I was saying in the car, I want to see a deep ball. Get those safeties out of the box with Warren. Let's see something deep to Moore or Amarian Walker if he's healthy, or Tyler Morris, somebody. Let's make sure you get the safeties out of the box to help those guys. You know what I'm saying? To help Donovan and Mullings, you know, because we haven't been running the ball that well lately, you know. That could have been Jack Tuttle. Shout out to Jack Tuttle. I just saw that he retired, you know. I guess that's why Warren and Orgy are comfortable now. They know they ain't got nobody else to go to. So they comfortable now, and they foot loose and fancy free, like I said earlier. So we're gonna continue to see that probably. You know, they can't pull those guys now. You know, so that's a good thing. But Kirk Campbell, you gotta cook. This is where you show that you're that guy. This is when you show it. When we need you. You know, help Wink out. I'm not sure if Wink can hold them to the mid or low 20s or lower. Help them out. Help them out. Because the defense is going to need you to sustain drives so they don't get gassed. You know. So none of this is going to be easy for the team. But all this is being well coached and executing. That's all it is. Being well coached and executing. You know, but you have to do both of them. You know, you have to have both. Honestly, I'd be happy just to see that it seems like they're well coached. If I'm going to be real, you know, because I don't know if we have the dogs on offense. The defense will have to play an unbelievable game with the way we've been playing on offense to win this one. So let me just see that you know what you're doing, even if the players don't execute it sometimes. Let me just see that you know what you're doing so I can say, okay, maybe he does know. Maybe he can cook against elite competition. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't going to be an easy task, but you got to grind this out and make this a Big Ten style game, not a Pac-12 style game. If this turns into a Pac-12 style game, we're going to get a controlled butt whooping. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a fact, you know. Even if the defense is playing well, it's going to slowly get out of hand because the defense is going to get gassed. So want to see the different variations on offense. Want to see Donovan with a throwback pass or different things with Loveland. Find different ways to get Loveland the ball. Find different ways to get Samaj the ball. Tyler Morris, Fred Moore, he's fast. Find ways to get your fast guys the ball, your playmakers the ball. This is on you, Kirk Campbell. This is on you. Let's see it. I can talk on here till I'm blue in the face, but show us. It's on you, you know, because Oregon's defense, they can fly around some. They're like I said, they're a complete team. You know, they can pass it well, they can run it well, they can defend the pass well, they can defend the run pretty well, and they can get after the quarterback. So you're gonna have to find a way. You're going to have to find a way, Kirk. You know, ain't no excuses. Just show me that you're good at what you do. I don't want to hear no excuses about you ain't got the horses. All I want to see is that whether they execute the play or not, I can see, yeah, that was a good play call. They just couldn't execute it. Man, you had them, but Warren missed the pass. Let me see. Same with you, Wink. If not, I'm just going to continue to say, y'all, you need to be gone. And I don't care who don't like it or whatever. I'm just going to continue. Show me. You know. So, that's it. I'm really hoping Wink can call a hell of a game. And it just mucks it up all for Oregon. And we can win this thing in the fourth. That's my hope. Can I hope? Can I hope? Hey, because the offense don't got the horses. Wink, you got the horses on defense to make this a low-scoring game. It's on you to call a good game and to have these guys and not do too much. So that's what I got for this one, y'all. I done got tired talking. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to